Det säger jag bara. Alltså jag tänker inte köpa det. Premiere Pro, det är allting. Alltså inte för att jag tänker köpa heller, men Animate är ganska nice. För att grejen är, ska du ha Premiere Pro så behöver du After Effects också.
Ja.
För att du vill göra dina egna effekter. Du vill inte bara ta för att de är shit om du laddar ner. Kronor. Det är därför jag säger 478 för allting är en bra deal. Photoshop kostar också 240 kronor i månaden.
Det gör det. Ja.
Alltså, känner det jättelätt att bara ladda ner gratis. Ta in olagligt ladda ner. Olagligt. Det kommer inte hända någonting. Jag har haft det hela.
Shh. Jag håller på att recorda.
Vad gör du?
Jag ska göra en Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy-video.
Fuck. Shit.
Jag är kvar i span. Det går inte bra.
Att spela.
Du vet,
Spelar.
jag kan streama på Discord också. Det där spelet som PewDiePie spelade innan. Typ.
Ja.
Ja.
Brö.
Det var bland det första jag köpte. Så nu kommer folk se det här så bara, wow, he's playing, he's great at the game.
Perfect. Det är en grind. YouTube är en så jävla grind.
Yes.
Hör det i bakgrunden av din stream. Jag tror jag hörde någonting.
Gör du?
Håller du på någonting?
Är det han som snackar eller?
Jag hör någon som snackar. Ja, det är från spelet.
Det är i spelet.
Tysta. Jag ska kolla YouTube och se jag hittar allting.
Gör det.
Då.
Thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game is Jazz.
Bryr mig inte om din sexy hiking, jag har hört den typ 8 gånger.
And B-games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B-game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer.
Ja, det går inte. Ja, då ska jag fortsätta kolla efter The Best, The Free.
Yes. Ah!
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead
Du fucking kämtar med.
walks the way to the entire rest of the
Oh my god.
It might take you an
Jag föll
hour.
ner för hela skiten.
A lot of people never go past it. You prod and you poke at it.
Det är fan första
exploring the
gången.
limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Yes, I'm leaving fucking already close.
Gillar du starta även fast man tar att man inte ska spela?
But I'm not sure Nintendo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it. But I couldn't bring myself
I
to
have cancer.
It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them. And it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something.
Ja men alltså för helvete.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. At that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
Fucking.
Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and uncertain.
Men jag bryr mig inte jävla hotjar. Jag har ingen hemsida. Gå och dö. Snälla.
Scan magazines, green screen, stuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian...
Nej! Men då!
Discussions of McRibs, discarded...
Alltså fy fan!
Unrecycled, muddled, rotten.
Jag ramlar ner än en gång. Vad är det här för en jävla gameplay? Det har aldrig gått så här dåligt.
About 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight.
Nej men...
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Ja, men ingen bryr sig om sponsorn.
Fuck you. Oh. Okej, jag är uppe igen. Än en gång. Nej, men inte direkt. Nej! Åh, alltså!
Oof.
Nej, men alltså... Åh!